So I mean, it's what did I do? Close tab. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll open up. Start the Landsat viewer.
Yeah,
Because they actually zoom in where those are.
Excuse me.
you gonna fall down, Dan?
No, I'm out here smoking, and I got to charge my phone, but I'm on the iPad, and it's working good. What happened?
I'm borrowing USGS's system.
Oh, okay.
They've got another problem, and this ties back to the recent FEMA meeting.
Oh, okay.
There's another issue.
Oh, we got another ring?
Another fracture in the ground, shown hot from orbit, and
this is not seismic. This is
no, this is volcanic.
oh, okay, all right. So it is seismic, but it's seismic.
No, not seismic. Volcanic, actually splitting the ground temperature. Lava coming up underground.
In Pennsylvania?
No, this is in. Hang on, I'll show you
Oh, this
the
got to be
location.
in Wyoming or
Kill that one.
Yellowstone.
No, this isn't Yellowstone.
Yeah.
This is
the
to
caldera.
the east. A long ways to the east.
Well, you know, if it's created a fissure, it's not going to blow the caldera. Because if it's made its way,
I don't think. See
but
this
go ahead.
here?
Yeah, but go ahead and tell me what your
This
analysis
is the other end is the next state over to the east.
right.
This is new. Right here.
And the caldera is to the west of this fissure. This crevasse.
That's Lake Michigan.
What?
Right here. That's Lake Michigan. The problem's right here.
Well, what state is it? Is that in Illinois?
It's the border. But it load up the overlays here. You see?
So it's it's between
This is using the thermal. And it's right beside the city. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Is this Minneapolis?
This is a USGS alert.
All right. So
And this got bumped all the way up to the Department of the Interior at the White House.
Oh shit. So
we got another fissure coming up here.
So the
and a crack and boiling.
Lava coming out, and it's in the state.
Let me go back to the original.
It's in the what state is it in? It's on the border of.
This is what right
Montana.
here. See? Look, can you see my upper left corner?
Upper left corner, yeah.
Of my screen share?
Oh, okay.
They got a dot right where it is.
Oh, okay. So it's.
This is the other end of the state, away from Montana, right on the border
of
Wisconsin.
South Dakota. Wisconsin and South Dakota.
Yeah, and this is what we're getting. This is what they got. Hotspots all over the freaking place.
Oh, yeah. Well, that means the caldera is not going to blow. But you remember back in...
No, it may blow, but this is...
Yeah, but you remember August 28th in 2013 when we had the earthquake come shimmering down? Do you know General... what's his code name? I can't remember his code name. It's compartmented. It must be.
But remember if you listen to that meeting, what went on at the FEMA meeting, they're pre-positioning people, grouping supplies here, along the mountain range here, and along the backside of the mountain range here.
Right. But the caldera is not going to blow because there was a dark cell. Dark cell, they call it black cell. They blew remember the earthquake that happened? It was still not an earthquake. They set off They
A couple.
figured out,
Obama did to the southeast 2 10 KT nukes
yeah, and
last year.
they ruined the Culpeper hub for the bullet train, and that's when all that moaning and groaning was heard down in Tampa at the football game.
Oh
They
no,
heard
that
this
was
moaning.
that was when we blew up
Yeah,
Dumb in Maryland and not
yeah,
Maryland,
because Culpeper, Virginia, is where they
Virginia.
blew up. They blew up the hub there, and they blew the deep underground military base. They didn't blow up the base at Fort Carson, Colorado. They blew up the bullet train tunnel. They were hauling nukes without the tactical. They were hauling nukes without the tactical. You know how they do it.
Well, they were trying to. Oh, actually, they did. They got pissed off and they tried to set off a nuke here in the Carolinas. And I
Right.
put the word out, and they got it, and they dumped it off the East Coast,
Right.
off the continental shelf. But as you
Yeah,
noticed,
they were actually they were going to
this
blow up Charleston, South
this
Carolina.
this line right here used to go all the way up here to DC.
Right.
Now this is closed off because when they blew the base here, it contaminated the whole thing.
Right, and it also contaminated the Culpeper. They set off one nuke like an hour apart. The one in the Culpeper is a hub there where they switched the trains to go in a different direction, and it flooded the Pentagon with poison, radioactive and poison gas.
Yeah, no, that's when we had the helicopters flying all over DC, getting
Right.
rad readings.
Yeah, because they had to evacuate the White House because the PEOC was contaminated.
Obama flew out to Denver and transferred all his command stuff here.
Right,
Denver Airport.
but they blew the bullet train in Fort Carson, Colorado, and it went all the way up to Bellingham, where the cog is, and it destroyed the cog up there, and molten lava that was building up in Yellowstone poured into these tubes, went up and destroyed and killed a bunch of people. It destroyed 80 dams across the United States, and then all the way over. The noises from, how every so many miles they've got a breather, a pressure reliever for the bullet trains. Well, when this hot lava was coming through, it was heating up the air, and it was forcing the relief, and it was coming out the relief tunnels for the bullet trains, and it was making a moaning sound, like a trumpet sound. And it destroyed the Omaha Dome. It destroyed Fort Carson Dome. And there are 20,000 people working there when it's offline, not being used. And it killed all the people in 80 different domes across. It ruined the Bellingham Cog Dome. It also destroyed the Fort Carson Dome. It destroyed all across Kansas, all the way back up. It destroyed the Culpeper hub and sent shit into the White House and into the Pentagon Dome. And it went all the way over to Kyiv, and you could hear trumpeting from this, the high. I mean, this tunnel. You know how slick those walls are. Well, the magma went all the way under transatlantic bullet train in the tunnel. It went like really fast, and it went over and flooded the transatlantic, one of the transatlantic bullet train tunnels, all the way to Kyiv and all as far south as MacDill Air Force
Yeah, that's
Base.
the one that runs under the
because
the Micmacs.
Yeah, there was a baseball game on, and in the background you could hear this trumpet sound. And what that is they've got these relief tunnels every 4 or 5 miles so that they can maintain a vacuum. And it's a relief valve for the bullet trains. And it ruined 80 of the bases, and that's when you saw the guys that were sitting on the fence that had a ticket to go down the Dumbs. All of a sudden they start whistleblowing because now they know they don't have a safe place to go down in the Dumbs, and they're stupid anyway because who wants to be underground? You know, when the earth starts, you know, doing its thing. Who wants to be in a grave?
Yeah.
They have blast doors up on top, nuclear blast doors. But have you ever been on one of the bullet trains? They drive a big passenger bus up and pick you up on the bullet train, and you go directly to the center of the dome. There's no blast doors, nothing. And so it goes right to the core of the elevator system. And when the lava came through, there was nothing to stop the lava from going into the core and filling it up from the bottom to the top. It melted through everything because there was no blast doors down on the bullet trains. And they were stupid. They got nuclear blast doors up on top of the dome, but they don't have anything. You could drive a car straight into the core and take the main elevator to all the different levels. Well, there's like 20,000 people that are just support staff, you know, and you can hold, what, 100,000 personnel?
It's not Sioux Falls. Sioux City. Is it Sioux City?
Sioux City Falls, Minnesota?
No, it's Cedar Rapids. It's right by Cedar Rapids.
Oh,
That's where it is.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, that's what I mean. I just matched it up.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that movie, The Crazies?
That's Cedar Rapids.
Yeah. Cedar Rapids is the next site they were going to, in the movie, they turn loose of it's a bacteria, a biological warfare agent. A plane crash carrying biological warfare agent, and it poisoned this place in Iowa. And Cedar Rapids was where these people had gotten out of the city.
I mean, we got outgassing going on, eating outgassing.
And that's in Missouri?
No, Sioux City.
So Sioux Falls and Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So what's FEMA going to do?
Let me.
What was
Pull that. Let me go to the right one. It's got the city labels. You know, it's northeast of Des Moines. In Iowa.
Okay, so Sioux City, Iowa. Oh,
Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I bet you when that thing happened in 2013.
Just
Remember when we had
just west of Iowa City, Cedar Rapids area. In between those two, just to the west.
So that's what happened is the compromise of those two weapons going off in Culpeper Hub and the one that went off in Fort Carson compromised that whole tunnel, and it must be using that tunnel to build a fishing. Because
Well,
Sioux City,
that's what I mean.
right
I'm looking at the tunnel map.
yeah.
There's no tunnel going directly that direction.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, you've got to be kidding me. This is a natural born fisher?
Yeah, because there's no tunnels here.
Oh no. Oh no. And
I mean, the nearest one goes all the way up under the upper portion of Lake Michigan, and the other one's way below it.
Yeah.
Unless they've got a crack.
In 2010, someone told me that they had a vision of molten lava displacing the Mississippi River.
Yeah, well, that's where this is.
And molten lava going all the way down to Louisiana.
The thing that bothers me,
Delta,
you know what else is in this area?
all the Nike nuke.
No, all that, their whole underground food storage is right here.
Well, there's one also in Big Springs, Big Springs, Montana.
I mean, this is the
There's
one
a
I've got the
storage
video.
facility.
We actually
Yeah.
got a truck driver to go down in here and
Oh
with a
yeah, I
dash cam.
remember. I remember.
This was huge.
That's when those dash cams first came out for truck drivers. You
Yeah.
know, for accidents and shit.
There's enough food stored under here to feed
For
everybody
10
on this continent
For 10
for
years.
yeah, 10 years or more.
Yeah, because that's the main distribution point. And they
They-
funnel it out through Batavia, Illinois.
I mean, they deliberately didn't put it on their transit network.
Right, yeah, because what you do is you basically teleport them. You teleport the food to the different dumps.
Yeah, because if once that seals up, nobody but them would be able to get to it from any of the other dumps.
Right, because there's blast doors on the front, but
Yeah.
it's just a dump full of it's a warehouse dump.
It's a salt cabin. Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically they teleport food from one dump to another dump using NRD teleportation.
Deep underground military base.
Yeah,
For the
Deep
people that
underground.
don't know.
yeah, the deep underground military base, and Enter-D is basically interdimensional travel. It's Thiokol's portal transport systems, the same stuff that Winho Lee worked on and got busted because he was a good worker. He was, nobody liked the fact that he worked through his lunches and it made him all look bad. So he would take his laptop to the luncheon room, which was inside the secure area. But he solved the problem with teleporting using Thiokol's portal transport systems on how to send humans through. You put an implant
If you look down in here,
to the brachial artery.
we got a lot of burnt area where it looks like it's starting to mound up.
So how long have we had a breach? How many hours are we into the breach?
April 13th. This started outgassing. And like I said, there's a USGS alert.
So this is a tectonic plate problem.
Well, according to the
plate
FEMA meeting, they're worried about the words they used in the FEMA meeting as a major crustal separation.
So it is a fissure directly from Yellowstone. It is a fissure.
This is nowhere near. That's the thing. This is
no. It is actually when they blew up that back in 2013.
nowhere near it, and it's not connected to it.
I know it's not connected, but when they blew up the tunnel, they caused a fracture because all that area is granite and salt.
What I really need is to get a new. But I mean, I wouldn't. There's no way to get a team out there to do a new, complete volcanic read.
Do we have any rad sensors there?
I'll have to go and look. But I mean, this data is 2 years out of date.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anything there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the middle of nowhere. Sioux Falls. Who cares? Who
Because
knows?
this is.
Okay,
We got
these
this
are-
mass coming up off the Atlantic. You got
Right.
this. This is Yellowstone here. And what we've got coming up is way the hell over here.
Well,
it's following.
You know what I mean? It's not even part of the network.
You know what
That
it
is
is?
all this is.
I know exactly what it is. It's following an underground river. A huge.
I mean,
underground river.
these go all the way down to
Right. Yeah. I know.
750 kilometers, and I've actually got the whole global one, and even the. What I'm saying is, even the really deep one. I don't know if it's still on this drive.
Is
No,
this?
it's not.
is
I mean,
this-
I've got the really deep one too, and it doesn't go. It goes on the. Well, let me see. I'll
Are
bring
these
this
are
up.
these Mazar charts or are these sonic?
These are
satellite
actually
charts?
Unicode sounding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The really
Okay,
deep,
so-
the really deep one actually runs right here
yeah, so it is
under the
gonna-
plate,
Yeah,
and even that's not there. I mean, we're talking in between Yellowstone, which is the surface one, and the
Right.
really deep one is way over here
right.
on the real deep
but
map.
but it's
And
not
this
going to
is like
go there.
smack in the middle.
Yeah, it's going to pop out. It popped out the place of least resistance, and the reason we know that it is following an underground
Either that or it's because they because of all the tunneling out for the
right, for the
storage
dams.
has took the weight
Yeah.
off.
Well, the thing is, you know how they build the dams in the last 10 years, right? They put a nuke down there and cavitate everything, and then they build inside there. Well, what they've done is they've fractured that granite tectonic plate that goes over Yellowstone. So now that all those dams are ruined anyway, they still have the storage area there at Sioux Falls. And what happened is there is a huge underground aquifer, and that's why it's coming out Sioux Falls, because you remember what you got to have besides food?
Water.
You have to have an endless supply of water.
And that's why they've been, sucking up whole lakes and putting them down in storage bins.
Warren Buffett is bottling up Lake Michigan. But the thing is that's where the lava is following the path of least resistance. And there's a major underground aquifer that follows along there and passes right by Sioux City or Sioux Falls as it heads toward that the big underground that you were talking about. And that's what's happened is because they didn't. The reason these guys in Black Cell popped the dams was to keep them from putting a SATM, special atomic demolition munition, of about 2 to 5 kilotons, and popping the caldera and declaring an emergency, martial law, new world order, blah 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 blah. The cabal. And so what happened is when these guys. And it's ingenious how they did it. They stole from Area 51, they stole a pallet of the xenon. You know what a targeting laser is, right? When you laser a target, it goes on an M16, and it has it's a 235 milliwatt ultra UV, not UV, infrared sight. And it has low, medium, high, and then it has a xenon. If you get caught, you flip it up to xenon, and it bursts this xenon at 235 or 240 milliwatts of energy. Well, somebody took a glass tube, they wrapped it in aluminum foil, and they filled it with xenon gas, and they taped it to this xenon laser sighting unit, and they turned it on, and they hooked it up to a cell phone.
It's ley line energy push.
Right, and then they pushed the end of this tube down into the reflector of the nuclear warhead.
This is caused by us taking over and taking control back away from DC. Spot where it's coming up is major, massive ley lines.
So are we talking near a vial vortex?
Can you see my screen share?
Yeah. I'm
right
looking
here.
at it. Yeah, it's a vial vortex. One of the 12 was it 12 or 10 vial vortexes? And so, I guess that old boy was right. Because it will find its way.
Energetic push. I mean, you have the major coming up here. You have the major one from DC here, where we stole it back coming across here.
Well, he said, now, this is a guy that pulled me out of San Diego when they were trying to kill me down in San Diego.
Coincidentally, that's also exactly between their two 333,000-mile circles, too. That's dead center in between them.
That's it. Well, they didn't relieve the caldera because it filled up the tubes, which 3 years ago, it relieved the pressure on the caldera. Now the pressure's built up back in Yellowstone, and it's pushing the path of least resistance.
Well, there's a whole nother issue too. They can do all the pressure relief they want on
but this is
that Yellowstone system. But you got to understand where that comes up out of the ground is opening wider and wider and wider as the methane hydrate comes out because of the deep well horizon punch.
Right, but when they are making the dams, they fractured all that granite. Remember, that is one big granite tectonic plate. That's why they gave it to the Indians in North and South Dakota. is because it's nothing. It's uranium. It's got uranium deposits sitting on top of granite. It was well contained until they started core drilling, and then it contaminated the reservation and started poisoning the Indians, and they started dying. And so what it is that aquifer underground is where Mother Nature or Mother Earth has decided to relieve that, which will, how far away is Sioux Falls from the Mississippi River?
It's right on it. So I mean, it's right on it.
Oh, so Duncan was right.
Okay, so
Duncan O'Finian told me in 2010 that he had a dream that he saw the Mississippi River running with lava, and it split the country in half. That's what he said.
I could have sworn I had it up in
And it's like, yeah, but then it's like,
Gold Drive. Share. No. No.
yeah, maybe he was right.
No.
Because I'm telling you, Sioux Falls is a perfect, in that underground aquifer. Because if you got all that food storage in a dump down there, of course you've got to have a natural underground water source that's endless.
Right.
So if it's coming up in Sioux Falls, then that's what's happened is Yellowstone has found a way along that river, that underground aquifer, and it's come up in Sioux Falls. And I guess the Mississippi, we can kiss the Mississippi goodbye. So I guess
where is my thing where I saved that? This is why I need a secretary to sort all these things.
yeah. Are we recording?
Yes, we've been
Oh,
recording the whole time.
Okay, yeah. Because what was the synopsis of the meeting? What are they going to do? Nothing, like they always do.
No.
I mean, you can't evacuate
Resources.
those. You can't evacuate those people. They're toast. I mean, there's not enough time. If you're saying this happened on the 12th or the 12th, right?
It started on the 13th, and they had the meeting today.
The outgassing was on the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. It took them 6 days to have a FEMA, to have a solutions meeting.
Did I put them?
You know what that means, don't you? There's nothing they can do about it. So everybody along the Mississippi is going to have to flee away from the Mississippi River because that's the other aquifer.
Lakes.
Even if it doesn't come above ground and flow into, even if it doesn't flow underground. Sorry, guys.
No, I don't know where it is.
What do you think, Patty? Because that underground aquifer is what feeds the Mississippi River. So if it breaks through to the Mississippi River, what's your projection?
Well, that's one of the upper ones that feed the Mississippi. It's not the Mississippi.
No, it's not. No, part of it goes to the Missouri River.
But I mean, this is a big zone.
Yeah, but how big is the fracture, and how wide is it moving? We got outgassing of methane.
If you picture the city, we're talking an area probably, if you look at the screen here, 6 times the size of this.
Yeah.
6 times the size of the city. All the way to the outlying. I mean.
And the dome, show me where the dome is on this map. Right there?
No, there is no. That's what I mean. There's no dumps there.
The food storage dump.
Right here. It's
Hold
just
on.
north.
I just, where is it now?
On this
right
map,
there.
it's right there.
And Sioux Falls is, yeah.
So,
So that means it's gonna flow.
let me
into
zoom this one out, and you'll get an idea.
Yeah, it's going right. It's headed right for the Mississippi River because it's going to follow the path of least resistance.
Right.
Cedar Rapids. It's right there, east or west of Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, it's right at the top of the. So if we look at the map, it says right there. We're like right on top of it.
And then you. Yeah, because that leads right into the Mississippi.
Because right here.
Right there, yeah.
Is
so
the.
south of Davenport. So it's
So
right
that's the
on
weak point, and we're having all the gassing out here.
Okay, well, where's the Mississippi?
Oh yeah.
Is it going to hit the Missouri River and then flow into the Mississippi?
Right there. The bottom.
It flows in right here at the top.
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not going to hit the Missouri. It's probably the Missouri doesn't start there. So yeah, it's going to hit the Mississippi, and it's going to fill the Mississippi because lava is it's going to take a path of least resistance, and if it doesn't blow south of Davenport there, if it doesn't blow,
well, that underground entrance is in Williamsburg. The underground.
Yeah.
Where the trucks pull in to the food stores is Williamsburg.
All right.
But it's just below it. That's what it is. That's what's called as the weak point. They must have put.
Well, that's where the water comes by, and that's where the.
If we look at the map, the amount of money they did a spur off this line.
Yeah.
Did it to the dam here, and likewise to these two. They probably have. It's probably not a transit tunnel. It's probably an automotive.
Right.
A driving
a truck,
there to here to here to here.
Like an 8-lane highway. Underground. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to hit the Mississippi, and old Duncan was right. Funny that he should say that because, Duncan's pretty reliable when it comes to certain things. But he said, yeah, he had a dream that there was lava flowing down the Mississippi River instead of water. And the fact that we have outgassing of methane and steam, superheated steam, is a sign that it's in an aquifer. Yes? Does anybody agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my thinking on it.
Three new and two criticals. And this went.
And this came out.
I looked down the bottom. U.S. Global Geological Survey and U.S. Department of the Interior, the only two that are supposed to have access to this.
Then they're formulating a plan to take to FEMA. They're just discussing it amongst themselves right now, but they don't have a solution. Or did they find a solution?
So they sent this to them. Those are active notices that pop up on their system.
Okay. So they're actually having the meeting now. The USGS and DOI are actually interfacing with FEMA, the real FEMA.
Let's go next scene.
They're
looking into this deeply. You see?
Yeah, I see how deep they're going.
No, if I look at this, you can see the different.
Yeah. Yep. And there's a tributary.
I can select each one.
That's it. It's following the tributary.
They're getting a lot of.
There must be a restriction. The damn. What do you call it? The food storage.
And look how hot it's getting.
Well, I guess I hope they enjoy their stored
the
food.
next scene on this.
Highly cooked, because it's gonna cook that Williamsburg. It's gonna cook.
You can see how it connects down.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. And it's going to find its way. And I bet you the restriction is where they put in that tunnel and they're piping water in there. And that's why it's breaking up east, just north of Williamsburg.
They've been monitoring this for a while to get this many
Photographs,
shots on each grid.
Yeah. And how many satellites are they using?
2.
So, that's high priority.
Previous scene.
Can anybody check and see what the daytime average temperature is in Sioux Falls
That isn't good.
or Williamsburg? Because this thing's going to move fast. You know how it is with molten lava. You can put a restrictor on it, but it's going to burn its way right through because it's coming up through the ground.
Yeah, it is. It is getting bad.
Yeah.
Sioux Falls where?
What's that?
Sioux Falls where?
Sioux Falls, Iowa.
Okay.
North of Williamsburg. Where that's where they're piping the water from Williamsburg to make the distributions to the other domes.
I mean, when you start piecing these thermals together, you know what I mean?
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. And we're looking how it was 700 kilometers, 750 kilometers.
Just yeah.
Tectonically.
Oh, that's a huge area. That's a freaking huge area.
Yeah. You can kiss Iowa goodbye.
That's its whole zone here. Almost Marshalltown
Yeah.
over to Clarence, down to Wayland, that they've gotten a view here.
Yep.
With the thermals.
No, it's
this whole area, all around Cedar Rapids and Iowa City.
Or how far west of, how many clicks is it west of Cedar Rapids that the actual fissure is where the lava is actually coming out of the ground?
Well, it hasn't broken. We've got some steam broken through because you got so much water there.
Right.
But we don't have a volcanic vent yet. I'm looking to see how far I gotta let it flow. See how far
it
scans go.
It should be superheated steam and methane gas.
Okay, so these scans go all the way over to here, which is.
You mean all of those are vent
That's those scans. Those scans cover a lot of area, and it goes all the way to here. From there,
and you got methane
over the other side.
You got methane coming out of each one of those. Those are clouds of poison gas.
So we're talking almost over to Toledo, Ohio, that they've got the scans from.
Yeah, from
this whole area.
Yeah. So it's going to the only place
in the middle of the.
Yeah, the middle of nowhere. It's flat land. And so,
and look at this, all red.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I guess it's gonna. That's the only thing I can think of is gonna breach the Williamsburg dome, and then follow down and destroy the other 2 domes that
are connected. I can zoom in on this a little bit
and find its way to the Mississippi.
No zoom control in this too. Can't come in.
That's my projection. Namely from, I would say Duncan is an A1 source because he's, even though we're not talking right now, he's still, I know him and his intel, it comes straight from him. He's the one that had the dream and he was telling everybody and nobody would listen. I mean, I heard what he said and I remember what he said. It was back in 2010.
Cities.
I'm pretty sure it was 2010. It could have been even earlier.
Tools. Okay, there's cities.
Oh, there you go.
And I imagine it's worse below even Omaha because this looks like where the main push of lava is coming from.
Yeah, because Omaha was
Sioux
one of the
Falls,
dumbest.
Spencer, Tracy,
Yeah, because the dumb in Omaha got
Miller,
compromised
Mitchell.
when they popped the nuke in Fort Carson, Colorado. They popped a nuke there, which put pressure on Yellowstone, and it broke through and flooded the Bellingham continuance of government, the second White House.
Well, I mean, prevailing winds there. If this pops, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Cumberland, and all the going that way is toast.
Yeah. Now, we're talking Sioux City or we're talking Sioux Falls?
It looks like the center of the hot thing is actually
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, which is north of Sioux City. St. Louis City's here.
Now,
It looks like it's kind of in a slightly cooler zone, but then it's higher.
right.
This
Well,
looks like
where's Williamsburg from Sioux Falls? Just north of Sioux Falls?
Williamsburg.
Yeah, where the food dump is.
No, it's actually below it.
It says it's 63 today in Sioux Falls, Iowa. Fahrenheit.
That's hot.
63 an average
This time of year.
temperature for, yeah, it is. Because usually
The dump's down below here. I don't know why it's not listing
yeah,
the city down here, but
yeah. But
when you look at the dump map,
prevailing winds are going to be going
because that's right
towards-
where Sioux City is. That's Sioux Falls. You know what I mean? There's not much difference.
No.
Because
right.
that's what I mean. The this high spot in here, Madison's right there. That's the entrance,
Yeah.
and this is where all in underneath here is all storage.
Yeah. And so it's going to flood that first. Probably why it hasn't started outgassing for 6 or.
Well, this is all salt mine, so that's holding the temperature down.
Yeah. Well, salt's a pretty good.
But it's run under it. All up here, it's all below it.
Well, it's going to, Omaha, I guess, Strategic Air and Space Command is no longer going to be existent because it's going to take Omaha out. The headquarters for Strategic Air and Space Command.
Oh, they moved TRACON and all that stuff over to Denver.
Oh, to Denver?
The new TRACON sitting right beside the Queen's Palace.
You mean what's left of the Queen's Palace? Have you seen it?
Yeah, the palace is still there. Her escape plane's trashed, but the palace is still there. So TRACON.
Yeah, because the only way it can go is to fill up that area down there, and of course, Omaha is lit up like a Christmas tree. And Andrew, can you get the ambient temperature average for Omaha today?
Yeah, hold on.
Let me get this out of the way.
So the prevailing winds is it's going to go northwest by natural flow, and the temperature is low, so it's actually going to rise north by northeast. You concur, Patty?
East by northeast.
East
is the way the
right
jet stream is in that area.
Oh, yeah, because that was what I was just going to ask if anybody had the.
It tends to, because you get the cold weather upflume coming off the Great Lakes, it tends to suck up. So anything warm coming across is going to.
And HARP is screwed. So they can't
in there.
change. HARP is screwed. Dracona and Pine Gap is all destroyed. So they can't funnel those winds using. They can't funnel the prevailing winds by changing the jet stream because HARP don't work no more.
Let me see if I can get a
All of
peak in
them?
there. That
All of the harps?
Yeah, good angels don't play the harp, and now we know why. Because I mean, all of the stuff together is what's caused this. You know, the blasting of nuclear in order to create the domes has fractured the granite tectonic plate that's running underneath there. And then you got these salt mines, which are very fragile.
Right.
And they've mined that out. So they got all that food stored in these salt mines because it's moisture, you know, the salt absorbs all the moisture.
Right.
And so it's the best place to store food, but that's all toast now. So all the elites of the cabal,
Mitchell, Iowa.
there's no more food. So they got nowhere to go because 80 of the 120 plus domes were destroyed when they popped the nukes back in August 28th of 2013. Because I tracked down, I figured out how they set off the nuke without the SOSCOM tactical trigger. They just used the xenon bulb from the lasing site and put it on a xenon filled gas tube, wrapped aluminum foil around it, shoved it down the reflector.
I was looking down around Lisa's thing here earlier. That's why it's here. I'm waiting for it to jump. Seeing if she needed to evacuate the flood.
Well, if it pops in this area, it's heading towards the Mississippi, right? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying why it seems to be stuck here. I'm waiting for it to.
You're talking about the download itself, yeah.
Madison.
Yeah.
Or come on. I'm trying to do.
They're not going to stop that.
Come on.
Stop that.
I think I hit the wall on RAM.
It's going to fill up. It's going to fill up the food storage under the salt mines first, and that's probably what it's been.
I'm just looking at Google Earth first.
Say again.
Yeah.
Say again, Patty.
I'm just looking at my dumb base locations and whatnot. Yeah.
And that's
these are the Phillips. So.
And so that's where
dumb base is out.
The food storage is down underneath there in the salt mines.
Outside of this is where it's right here. So that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know it's.
I hope they like their food well done.
Yeah,
and Denver International is right there too, so it's going to ruin that dump because they do have.
Denver's south of Yellowstone, good bit south. Yellowstone,
but they all have to have an underground water supply. And every one of them, you're either going to interdimensionally teleport water with the food as they need it, and it's all coming to Williamsburg, or each one of these domes is built near water, an aquifer. And if Denver's got its own aquifer, well, that lava is going to find its way there. Because it takes the path of least resistance.
Denver's got all kinds of rivers there. That's why they're trying to run everybody out of Denver by playing with the weather.
So there goes their food storage for the next 10 years, or their food supply. So actually, we're safer on the surface than we would be if we were in the dome. Except for the methane gas, the methane sulfide or sulfide.
Some labels,
is that what you called it? The poison.
Find this labels first.
Okay, there we go.
Hold on, Milton Panama. Okay, where are we?
a much better view. East by northeast. So it's just
Denali, Ozark. Up further. Beacon Springs, Rock House, White Creek. Gotta get in the right
yeah. Look at that.
state first. Let me zoom out and get in the right state first.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if that comes to the surface and starts out gas, that that gas is
Kansas City.
going to be very, very toxic. And it's coming out hot, so it will rise up into the jet stream. But you are going to have casualties all the way to the east by north.
Okay.
Or east by northeast, yeah. You'll have casualties all along that prevailing winds. If it breaks through to the Mississippi, then once the lava's on the surface,
Go today's.
is it still going to outgas? It's not going to outgas, right? It's not going to have superheated steam. I guess it will, because it's going to be kind of in contact with water. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of casualties along the Mississippi to the east by northeast side.
Yeah, you see it here. The browning over.
It's cooking the alluvial
It's
soil.
cooking the ground.
Yeah.
So everyone that has family and friends in that area and is watching this video,
Jesus,
out of there.
it's getting real bad.
Yeah, it's time to pack your trash.
Get 'em out of there.
Or not, and just get the time to come down and spend some time with me, visit me. I think I got enough area for about 2,000 people.
Yeah, look at how everything's going dead.
Yeah.
Brown and cooked.
What kind of temperatures are we looking at? We're looking at 82 ambient temperature before grass starts dying. No matter how much water you
Ash.
put to it.
Actually got some ash
So you do have a breach.
somewhere. This is ash.
where's that at?
This is just below the city, on the other side of the river from the city.
And that is
Got ash on the ground.
Cedar Rapid.
Yep, just below it.
Yeah.
Looks like around here. We got ash on the ground.
And nobody's telling the people.
No.
That means we have
It looks like it's steam coming out of these water things. So it's
right.
what it is you got steam with ash in it that's coming down and laying in the gullies. 'Cause this is wet marks,
Yeah.
Zoom in, go all the way down. Get in tight as I can here. Yeah.
Yeah, that means it blew. And nobody's
It's not blown. It's probably coming out in steam, so they don't realize what it is.
Right, yeah. It's coming out in steam and then settling.
And settling in
Right, the water vapor goes up the ash.
and where pools and look
Oh,
look around the water.
Didn't it snow in that area? Yeah. Look,
That's ash.
Yeah, that's water's contaminated. Look at the color of the water and the edges of the shoreline. The edges of the tributary tell you exactly what's going on in the river. Oh, this is a high depth.
That's ash.
Yeah.
Got a hot spot right here.
Oh, then it's already killed. How many?
Well, people are breathing the shit in, but it's not enough to
Not enough to kill them.
plug their lungs yet. We got black spots under the water here. It's probably where it's coming out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's where the breach is.
And then you got reddish, orangish stuff here, which is
Right.
probably sulfur.
Yeah.
At least that's probably what I mean. They're not smelling it. If it's coming out from underwater and steam, most of the sulfur is getting stuck behind in the water.
Right. So
They're
they
not
don't
gonna
smell
smell
it. It just, you know, you go to sleep one night and wake up dead the next morning. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Yeah, but it's following the wet.
Yeah. That's the biggest key is avoid panicking.
Right.
Just get in your car and drive. Sort of like a uncomfortable, unplanned, unscheduled camping trip. And head away from the Mississippi, hopefully west of the Mississippi.
Yeah. Look at this. It's all scorched.
Yeah. All the alluvial soil, the bacteria is gone. I mean, it's sterile.
The heck is this?
That used to be farmland, and that looks like a.
Oh, that's a pipe.
Yeah, that's a pipeline. That is an oil pipeline. Is that the Grand, what do they call it? The Alaskan pipeline? That can't be the Alaskan, the Great Plains Alaskan pipeline.
This is one that I've got on my one that probably goes all the way down. Either that or it's either water or it looks like a water. Let's see if it goes over the road.
Well, that's all farmland. Look, it's been plowed. I mean,
it's water.
Yeah, irrigation.
Okay. Yeah,
Irrigation.
Yeah, because Great Plains put their pipeline underground.
I mean, somebody knows this ash is here because they've been driving over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's leaving, tire tracks. You can't miss it.
What do we have here?
The whole landscape is gray. Ooh, that's the top of a dome. That's yeah, that's somebody hid that under foliage. Of course, one of the old Nike sites.
I mean, somebody's been driving all over this.
Yeah. They're taking
USGS has been out there and
yeah, they're taking radiation
on
tests,
the ground.
ash concentration
Yeah.
levels, radioactivity level.
Now we're getting back
radiation
uphill.
levels.
It's not going back uphill. And then come out from under the hill and bang again.
So it hits again, and
Any place where it's up high, you're not getting it.
right. It's just the low lines are trapping the sulfur. The low-lying areas.
And now we're out of it.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
There's
Yeah,
more
that's,
ash.
It's all over the place.
Well, it had to be one hellacious release over the last 6 days. If it was first reported on the 13th and the 19th,
We got here.
Some kind of silence.
that's a radon. Isn't that a radon? No, those are silos. Silage. Cattle, silage. Iowa's corn country, so they chop up the entire.
Now it looks like somebody's been scooping up the ash and dumping it here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pile of ash.
Big time, yeah.
And look at you've got scoop out. Somebody's been taking this and trying to get rid of it.
So they're
If it's scooping it out and taking it out via dump truck. You can see the tracks
Yeah,
where
the
the trucks
turnabout.
back up. Front loader throws it in there, and
And another one comes and picks it up, and they're trucking it out and selling it. It's federal emergency, and they're selling potash.
and ash coming out of volcanic vents where there ought not to be any.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of time before it makes it down to mighty Mississippi. And that whole area is dying, so we know. What is it? It's got to reach like 82 degrees before it starts actually affecting bacteria in the soil. Something like that. 82.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this shit's all contaminated. Look at the river after there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's going right straight into the tributaries.
And that feeds into the river, and
That feeds into the mighty Mississippi.
yeah.
And so before long, it won't be ash, it'll be lava. And you can see where the prevailing winds are. It's leading right into Cedar Rapids.
Well, what is this red pool there? Do you know? That don't look too healthy. Yeah, right there.
That looks Photoshop, like trying to hide something.
This looks like a chemical treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks like
Probably
a salt
septic
refinement.
septic field waste treatment.
I'm not so sure. I'm thinking it's a salt refinement plant. You know, because they had to take that salt somewhere when they cavitated that salt mine. Because salt does come out looking like that when it's underground. And then they refine it and bleach it and then put pig blood in it.
Those are big tanks, and you get a staged color reduction. Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a salt refinement because you see the big pile of salt at the very top. It looks like a salt refinement plant because look, there's a plant right there.
Well, we got steam coming out of this one. Ain't supposed to have steam coming out of that.
Well, I'm not so sure because if it's a salt refinement plant, what they're doing is they're letting overflow come down.
Yeah, but it comes out of this tank, comes out this tube here, goes like that, goes into the tank, right? Why is the steam coming out of this tank? Middle of the tank. We got a rupture underneath it.
Oh yeah, look at the smoke. You're right. You're
There's
absolutely
smoke
right.
coming out of there.
Yeah, because look,
They've got a rupture underneath it.
there's a berm. There's a berm there, and it's actually bubbling up.
Smoking out of there.
Yeah, and I see now. I see the superheated steam coming out, but it's coming out.
We got steam coming out of around here too.
Yeah.
Somewhere. We got the tanks.
Yeah. And look, the water. Look how contaminated the water is. It's going from green to gray.
There's smoke coming out here. Must be something broken down in there too.
And that means it's got to be radioactive. Because they monitor the caldera right, for radiation. Besides just seismic anomalies.
What do you got here?
That can't be snow, can it? Not if it's 61 degrees.
No, it's 64.
64 degrees. Yeah, it can't be snow. I mean, it could have been snow, but it ain't snow now.
Let's see if I can get a look at gases.
Oh.
Awful lot of cloud there.
Yeah. But not much harping going on. I see troposcatter. Now that's troposcatter. That's not harp.
Uh,
Over the horizon, right? Over the horizon radar. Aerosol optical depth.
go thermal and
Sulfur dioxide.
we'll go sulfur dioxide.
Yeah. Because the sulfur dioxide is heavier than methane, right?
Sulfur dioxide. Like, grab all three satellites. Holy Christ.
Okay.
The whole place is freaking lit up with it.
The what?
The whole zone.
Oh, it's classified.
Oh, it's so dark. The whole you get.
You mean they were off the scale? Or is it?
They're blocking it.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because we've got some up here,
yeah.
and we have something going on right here.
Yeah, they redacted.
They don't want you to see.
Yeah. It's been redacted.
We got two hot zones right here. Right here, we have active outgassing, so they're blocking this here.
So most likely there's breaches
See if I can
within the redacted areas.
get some of these. Just go with the other ones.
What color is
See
the
what we
sulfur
got.
dioxide going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to follow the color codes. Oh, wow. There's the redactions.
We got hot. These are all the reds are all the hot spots.
Yep.
We have outgassing, but this is so you can't get a read. There's too much steam.
Right.
Yeah, these are your toxic places.
Yeah, and nobody's harping because HARP is down. And so you must have a casualty rate already. All I see is troposcatter over the horizon radar or codon. If it's close to the Great Lakes.
Well, I mean, you've got a active smoke coming out of there.
Yeah.
And it's hot. It's warm and it's giving you a clear hole.
Right. Yeah. It's
pushing the clouds out of the way.
Yeah. It's thermal. A thermal rise.
I wonder if I can get.
So even chemtrailing ain't going to cover that up. So that's why they had to redact it.
Give me aerosol. Yeah.
Okay. This will give us.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's deep.
That's aerosol
too. Yeah, that's
those are the aerosol spots.
So sulfur
coming off of. Jesus, I mean, look what's coming off. Well, that's from Chicago and the nuclear reactors and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that spot right there, that's.
It's in the blue, so it's
that's
hot.
Where the.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting outgassing going on.
And it's right up into the green the further you go east. And look at the prevailing winds. It's carrying that sulfur dioxide right along there. Yeah, it would be detected. You could smell it, right? Should be able to smell
Let's see. We've got another one here. Halfway back to Yellowstone, too. That's pushing sulfur.
And it's right up to the red.
And of course, Yellowstone's pushing sulfur.
Yeah, well, that's normal for the.
We don't have sulfur here. It's a steam so far. All the stuff must be getting caught up in the water.
Yeah, but it's superheated.
It's not coming out hot enough to spurt into the atmosphere. It's leaving the sulfur behind it on the surface and the ash.
So it's
on
not.
The surface. It's getting steam out there at the moment.
Right, but it's not superheated steam. It's not hot enough to be super.
It's coming bubbling, and all the solids just staying on the water and the soil, and just air, water going up. But it's hot enough to make an opening. But it's not the only one.
Now, do you think this was
another one down here?
You think this was natural, or do you think somebody?
I think this is tracing dump roots. Because if that is true there, and that's where the other hole is, right here, where the other dump is. So it's following the dump tunnels. Got another dump right here. So
yeah,
almost looks like it has a purposely a mission.
Well, actually, it's killing.
this could be Gaia doing it.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's
the other one, as you see, coming off here. You got all the tunnels and stuff here, and the dumps. That's hang on.
So it's filling up all the hiding, the elites hotspot, or their hiding places. Well,
this is nuclear power plant. We knew this was leaking, like I said, these nuclear power.
Well, yeah, they've been leaking for years.
Yeah. The nuclear power plant down here too.
Mm-hmm. So we can.
So Yellowstone is pushing. It's the lakes right here, but the outgassing is actually the wad's sitting right under the mountain right here.
Okay, that's the caldera.
And you got some cracks on the east side, and we've got a new one over here. If you look at the
yeah. So it's actually increasing in volume.
I mean, now it makes sense why they are staging stuff for the staging stuff.
6 days later, it's not a very fast response rate.
Yeah.
For as much ash as we see on.
Well, they had to get all the staff to get the hell to meet.
Yeah, right. So much
On
for federal
the Yellowstone
emergency.
right here. So we got stuff all across here. We got.
Well, if they were actually
nothing going on
emergency management,
here.
that looks like ash.
Or two. Yeah, and there's the other zone.
Yep.
Yeah, the other zone is cooking.
Yep.
This is Yellowstone, you said now?
I'll zoom out.
Patty.
Yeah, I'm zooming out so I can show you. See this bulge right here?
Yeah.
Magma is built up under there and has been lifting this off the ground. That's the lake. The mountain range here, and right under this mountain right here is where the big push is. So, I mean, this whole ground here, this big bulge here, has been developing over years, and the elevation here is getting higher and higher and higher. All the pressure's been building up under there.
So it's not a new caldera.
It's sitting right here. The cracks are starting to come right here, just not outside the east gate of Yellowstone, right at the front side of this bulge. It's where we've been getting the new cracks and fissures and outgassing and everything here at Yellowstone.
Is that why they closed? Is that why they closed the park last year?
Yeah, the roads were melting.
Yeah, you can't drive on
So then
wet
one's here.
melted asphalt.
You got there, you got here, and we got here. It looks like it's following dumb lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you take that and throw the map up, the dumb transit lines, you got there and there. That's that one, because Yellowstone's right here.
Yeah.
New one's here. You see what I mean? Those two zones are right in there. Follow this around. You got one there.
And they never
It's
build
following
a
the
dam
transit
unless there's a
lines.
tributary.
I don't think they're talking about this. I'll bet you they broke into these transit lines.
Yeah. You talking about the bullet train tunnels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
hope.
that's what
These
happened.
lines, these are their underground bullet train tunnels.
Right. And that's what happened when they set the nuclear weapon off, Culpeper and
They set it up here on the southeast side of Yellowstone to try and let the pressure off.
well, they were going to put it on top of the caldera and pop it and choke everybody west of the Mississippi.
So you can see what
But now
Are
it's
you-
gone underground, and
where the
it's
Yellowstone
actually
peak
the
sits.
things that they were trying to kill the people on the surface is now actually coming underground and gonna kill them. The people down
Well,
in the
because
dumps.
this
So-
here, this is
You got a
Valley
better
caldera
chance
out
on the
here.
surface than you do.
This is Long Valley caldera. This is already popped and it's venting active.
Right. Where's your cursor? Oh,
Right
okay,
here.
right there, right there. Okay.
That's Long Valley caldera. That's actually got 2 cones and it's actually spewing active. But all this is geared up to fill their dump tubes.
Right. So, Creech Air Force Base in Nellis, it's all done, right?
That's up in here. It's on where it goes back deep again and goes out to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
This follows the path of all the last historical spouting of Yellowstone, because the really deep hole is gradually inching this way.
Uh-huh.
So
And so,
because this went up against real hard bedrock in a mountain range,
mhm.
built up
And
there
that-
so long, but it's starting to get past it. Once that hole
Well-
gets past it, to where that bulge is, it's going to go. It's actually lifting all the ground up right here.
yeah. And so
Bulge.
that's why it's following its way along
You can see.
underground aquifers and the tributaries.
The junction of these 3, that's Yellowstone. The
Right
bulge
there.
is right here.
Yeah.
That's the bulge. Looks like an egg. Brown.
I lost
That's what
it.
that's what I said. That's what I said. It's like guys on their own mission to get rid of the evil.
Yeah.
Well, all these dumps are the worst possible place to be. You got a better chances on the surface,
Yeah.
and
What do we got here?
heck of
Ooh, we got some new stuff going on here too.
Yeah.
South end of the bulge.
We got ash
Black.
flow. Yeah, because it's going north.
It's all turned black. You got some white powder stuff in the runoff.
Yeah, you got to release.
That's the south side of the bulge.
That can't be all ash, can it?
Ash runoff. And there's a crack here. I photographed it
Mhm.
close up. The satellite that the system isn't that great, but where was it? Where's the highway here?
Oh, it's flowing into that lake or reservoir.
That's the east entrance. Outside the east entrance, going north, there's a highway. There's houses on it. Where is it?
Yeah. This has been going on a while.
This one won't go any further. It's
Yeah,
as far
let me-
as it'll.
There's
But,
strip mining or something going on up north, right there. It's
Yes.
strip mine.
And I was looking at it along the road here. The fracture was actually pissing out from behind the house. A fissure opened up behind the house, more than 4 feet wide, and just steam pouring out of it.
Mm. And all that.
So, I mean, all in
area
front of
there-
this, between this bulge and Yellowstone is fixing to let go.
No, I think you're right. I think Mother.
And they got a
Earth
city.
is
They
so
built
much-
the city right on top of this freaking bulge. Can you believe that?
Yeah, yeah, humankind.
How idiotic is that, right?
Yeah. Well, humans.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult anybody's personal intelligence, but as one person is smart. A lot of people can get panicky, scared, and dumb.
Yeah. And this is right on top of this bulge is where they had the prison camp back during World War II, where all the Japanese Americans,
internment. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Japanese internment camps sitting up here
Nobody
too.
wants to talk about. And strip mining. I'm surprised they're doing strip mining. There were a couple operations of strip mining. And I'm not sure what they're pulling out of there.
Yeah, this one won't get any closer. That's the Landsat. Let's see when we can zoom out here. See what we've got for gases. Jesus, that's
Ooh,
United.
yeah.
That's how bad the United
That's
States
it.
is.
It's lit
I
up.
mean, to give you an idea,
It's,
Florida is,
casualties are already happening.
and this is all the shit that they're spraying.
Yeah.
To cause weather.
Right. But it's not working.
Yes.
It's HARP is actually not.
Look out where we were. This is where we were doing all the work on that gate.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Are you talking about our gate?
The Horn of Africa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's where all this is.
Yeah.
It hasn't got a complete. Kill some of these.
Man, that is toasted. I mean, really hot. You think that you're telling me that's no? We're looking. Yeah, we're looking at sulfur dioxide.
And now that's aerosols, just aerosol, sulfur, and fires. Let's get rid of the fires. Go just sulfur. That's where we got the sulfur.
It's coming out from Earth.
We knew about this because we got the volcanoes going off.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not enough to relieve the pressure. It's
But look at this.
It's building
Look
up too
at this.
fast. Yeah,
Russia, that's all those lava beds.
yeah.
It's a lot worse than they talk about.
Well,
Iceland's always been like that,
wow.
but
Yeah,
Russia's a
well,
lot worse than they talked about.
I
That's
mean, they go
sulfur
from
and
China.
sulfur and methane hydrate coming out of there like crazy.
Where is that?
Russia.
Russia and Eastern.
Yeah, the
Yeah. It's
Western USSR.
Soviet-
And this
Soviet
goes
Union.
down into, and this is Iran. Well, they got stuff like that coming out.
Well, that's gonna mess with the Stargate there. You ain't gonna be using that.
Yeah.
Not for long. And where's the dialer?
China's got a lot of stuff.
Is the dialer going to be affected?
Well, the gate room's right here.
Right.
The
dialer is further down.
what do you call it?
The library.
Yeah, library. Well, there's one here, and there's another one.
A library or an actual dialer?
Library. The dialer is
Is like 200.
the dial is here.
Oh, okay. So the dial is there, and the gate.
The original leading gate is right here.
Right. So
It's in Iran. But what is coming out of there?
that it's sulfur dioxide at the lower troposphere, and it's turning blue. It's going from pink to blue. So this is parts per million.
Coming out of the lakes area, no less. You got something about to blow over there, or what?
Yeah, it's tributaries. Path of least resistance. Look at the tributary shoreline.
It's coming out of the water.
Yeah, it's contaminated. It's sulfur
Look at this.
dioxide coming out of there. Yeah, it's boiling.
Wow.
That literally,
It's boiling.
the gases are coming out of there.
Where's that at?
Iran.
Yeah.
The whole.
They got something that's about ready to pop a new volcano.
The whole sea. Now that what's the name of the sea there?
Let me. I'll go by the GPS. Let me get this on the way. Let's see, 45 by 82. Let me go look where that is.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to locate that.
45 by 82. And see if we can see if that, because that looks like the sea.
That's right here, right?
Right here. Yeah.
Come on.
45 by 82.
That's 47, 46,
The aerial
45. Actually,
it's to the left.
this is no longer even connected anymore.
Where? Show me.
This
where
is
the
that's this lake, and that is not what we're seeing
right.
in the live side.
Lake Balkash. Baclash.
The lakes, most of the lake's already gone,
Yeah. But look at the color of the water.
and it's boiling.
Yeah. Lake Aikido.
See what I mean? The lake is all
Aliko.
segmented now.
Aliko.
This used to be all one big lake.
Right. And now,
It's dried up, and this end's boiling
yeah.
away. That's what it's supposed to look like, and it's boiling out right here.
Yeah.
And all this is gone. And there's a little segment of it left over here.
And it's
And right here's the boil
contaminated.
spot.
Yeah. That's where it's going to pop right there. North of where the lake used to be. And it's all.
Yes, I
turned-
mean, this is the spot where it's boiling out.
Yeah. And it's all brackish. Well, it was brackish before we got there, but it's now sulfur. So it's not usable, and it's killing off the vegetation.
Most of this lake's gone.
Yeah. It has been. And it looks now,
Let me see something here.
but it's far enough away, it's not going to harm the,
It's putting the water up in the air
but that's not going to
because
harm
this lake, this here, so it's throwing off steam. It's recondensing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Recondensing and falling back down.
See up here? That
Mhm.
lake,
Yep.
it's generated a new one here.
Yeah. And settling back down. And you got
That
ash.
shows just a river before.
And now it's MIA. Well, 419.
This is filling up. Looks like they put a dam or something across here, and it's built up here. Instead of these two separate areas, it's all the condensations come down there trying to sieve it.
But no ash yet, right?
Well, this is
This is just gas.
yeah.
This is not gonna show. We're just looking at gas at the moment. And so those are not clouds and those are not chemtrails.
I get this
Those are
back to
sulfur
north.
dioxide clouds,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's up.
Well,
Well, I can't even say that's not something they're doing deliberately, because they're trying to make all the water go away to make it so you have to pay for the water.
but the thing is
That's part of their game plan.
yeah, but going from
Let's
dumb
see
to
what-
dumb, that's definitely not their plan. That's not Caval's plan. It's maybe PPAI is a good way to get rid of the elites, is put them down in a hole and lock the door and flood it with lava. I guess that would work.
Good here.
You wanted to get rid of evil.
This is just coming out of the ground
Yeah,
here.
that's why I said the guy has got her own plan ahead.
Yep.
Yep.
She's ready to rock and roll.
Yep. And the funny thing is, the surface people are going to have to take the least. They're not going to.
Let's see, where's that?
They're not going to what?
Well, the people that are on the surface of the earth are going to be the ones that actually have the highest opportunity to survive,
Right.
and the ones down in the dunes have the lowest probability of surviving.
That's why I said that's probably why she's doing it.
Yeah, it's completely
Something going
backwards to what they were planning was over the last 60 years, 70 years.
Something going on there.
Ooh. Oh, that's
That is here. We got something else coming out over here too.
I can't see your cursor.
This area I'm zoomed in on. Right here.
Oh, okay.
When you look at the other map, we got something coming out there too.
Sverdlovsk. Well, you're in Russia prime.
So here's the river, like 45. You look up there.
Yeah. And each one of those
There's the river.
each one of those
45
dots-
here and outgassing in this area somewhere.
Wiggle your cursor for me, will you?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the middle of nowhere, as you see from.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there ain't nothing there. Yeah. Not much there. And the forest.
That's that's out in the middle of nowhere. Why do we have?
We got elevation of but it's Russia.
There's just as big a plume there as there is down in Iran. This up here, I know, is the lava fields, but
right.
I mean, as far as I knew, there's nothing there. That's forest and one big logging road that goes across there. As far as I knew, that's about all that's out there.
Yeah.
But it's
that forest ain't gonna last very long if it starts climbing like it's doing, because it's already in the green. Past
this.
the light blue.
You know what this is?
And
For us
That's a
that
nuclear
don't.
plant.
Okay.
That's a leaking nuclear plant.
ooh,
That is.
that's not Iraq. Is that Iraq? Is that a nuclear plant in Iraq?
Let me get the GPS on it. Let me get the. Stop it.
Well, whatever it is, it's leaking radiation like a sieve.
Yeah, this is 4891 by 4289.
Well, you got a lot of communications going on there.
48.
You see the troposphere.
4891 by 40.
Somebody's talking to somebody. All the ripples in the cloud.
Oh, okay, I see what you
Or in the, it's not clouds, it's actually
chemtrails, yeah.
actually sulfur dioxide. Because when we put it on, is that clouds? Are we still on the?
It's
Are we still on the?
it's
Oh, okay,
outside
yeah.
Volgrad. That's right here. That's outside Volgrad. What do we got here? There's no volcano there.
Yeah.
No. But it is getting hot.
What do we got going on here? Why do we have a big old hot outgassing spot here? It definitely, I mean, definitively looks like a
It's going right through the
leaking nuke.
The Urals. Could it be a storage? Could it be a storage facility?
It's gonna be something hidden.
Yeah. It's looks like there's
something they ain't supposed to have.
Yeah, something no good hidden.
Something no good, all right. And
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's right there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That is that's a weapons bunker. I didn't think you could it's not very well done. It's a weapons bunker.
That's it. I can go all the way down to, that's 400 feet, 300 feet, 200 feet. That goes all the way down to the ground. That's a outgassing from an illegal nuke.
Yeah.
That's what that is. They got a nuke.
Oh yeah.
Illegal nuke.
And what's our elevation?
Covert.
201.
Yeah.
201 feet.
101 feet. And I still can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it from 2,000 feet now, but yeah, the ground is at 201 feet.
So it's a nuclear plant, not a weapons cache, a nuclear weapons cache.
No, that's constant output.
So it has to be the cooling towers.
You got a lot of homes around there, right there too.
Yep, we're sitting right on top of it.
Yes, I mean, look at Fukushima, man.
Yeah.
People are living right
next
door.
And they're pissing material too. I mean, they're not even. I mean, they got leak in their cooling line core. You know, the
primary
cooling core, the primary cooling loops up in the whatever they're using for a cooling tower. It's leaking like a sieve.
Yeah.
They're running it too hot.
They're right in the middle of the city. I mean, look how much.
You're breaking up, Patty.
This is like a 3 Mile Island constant, and true, but
I guess that's why they did away with Geiger counters in.
It's going that way right now, but
Russia.
Yeah.
You can't get Geiger counters anymore. Not there.
just out of curiosity.
Well, that's where all the workers live, right? So they get nuked during the day and nuked at night. A bedroom community.
This is my my worldwide. Global RERAD.
Ouch.
Figures no rad monitoring out there.
It means it's off the chart, right?
There's
there's no monitoring.
no monitoring.
No. Now you know why. If you ask them No questions, they'll tell you no lies.
Pretty hot after they got whacked with that mini nuke. The rod from God one.
Yeah.
Actually, they're pretty hot right here, too.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's been
Helsinki. Helsinki is running hot.
That's what happens when you shake those coolant pipes, they start leaking. And then they do a forced dump in the cooling towers.
See what we got here.
What are we running? 18
Oh, yeah.
miles per hour?
Let's go CPM. Ooh,
Yeah.
45 CPM peaks.
Explain that a little bit so people that don't know what that means.
Counts per minute. That means if you have a Geiger counter, it'll blip 45 times per minute as a free neutron hits it. Now, you dose per month.
Is average about 35.
You're taking in
Wow.
Well, yeah, they stopped.
you're taking in 30 per month. Dose.
30 rads per month.
Stevens.
Sieverts.
In Helsinki. That's dose. That's absorbed dose.
So that's contamination, not exposure.
Yeah, EQ dose. You know, that's what you absorb. That's not what's in the air, but that's how much average human being takes on board of what's in the air.
Right.
Per month.
So that's Cancer City.
Yeah. Helsinki. Most of out here is all 17. It's only 1.0. So I mean, Norway and whatnot. Ireland. I mean, Ireland's at 10. The east coast of the UK is at 13. Most of France is at. Where's that? Xed off. That's where. That's CERN.
Yeah, that's CERN.
Killed that.
It's in the black.
No, they've killed it. But it's 12 downrange, but that one's offline. CERN, the CERN rad meter is offline.
Yeah.
There's another one down here, offline as well.
Yeah,
That's why.
south of Spain. When they take them offline, that means it's exceeded.
Yeah.
It's
Safe
exceeded
offline.
the safe legal dosage.
Last data, 13 September 2015. That's when they took it offline.
6 months.
At CERN.
Well, you remember what happened 3 months later?
Yeah.
2 months later.
That's when they had the oops.
Yeah.
They had the oops on the 12th.
Yeah, on the 12th of
September of last year. So the rads had to have gone crazy, so they took it offline.
Yeah. It's so high that
Okay.
they don't want to.
See if we can get anything out.
So the people that are listening to this, we're not laughing at the people. We're laughing at the people the evil people that are losing. So just.
For me. people are.
Now you see the one downrange from where this new problem is offline too.
Oh, okay. And that's in Minnesota, south of Minneapolis, or
One downwind from Hannaford's offline. The one downrange from the whip side is off.
yeah, and
So they, I mean, they
that's
know something's going on.
Yeah, that's right around where the south of the Dulce facility there in New Mexico, right?
Minneapolis, yeah, the same date. Last data, September 24th of September 2015.
Yeah.
They killed that one. And because of the tunnel problem that you were talking about,
Yeah.
they shut that one off.
Yeah. And so they did pop a new.
21st of December 2015.
Yeah. And that's
that one off.
Nova Scotia.
Well, that's where that main
The prevailing winds.
transatlantic the transatlantic high-speed tram runs.
Right.
Out right from there, runs out.
Can you pan to the right and see where it goes in Ukraine? If it goes anywhere close to Kyiv?
Well, I mean, I know that's where the tunnel is because I looked at it.
I just wanted to look at Ukraine and see. Yeah.
I'll show you where the tunnel is.
Because they were hearing trumpeting in Kyiv, Ukraine, or as Americans say, Kiev. And we know the transatlantic tunnel, the bullet train.
Just res up. Come on, res up. I think I'm doing too much for it to res. I'm keeping too many. Oh no, there we go. They got a base out here under the ocean right here.
Yeah.
Those are transit tunnels.
So it's breached that. We're sure it's breached.
So it goes. They call this the plaza. This is a plaza here.
Okay, so that's.
Yeah, and there's several, but the main one is right here, and it goes up. It intersects this one. This one goes across.
So that's been compromised.
Splits. So yeah, you can. Come in. What is it actually?
Prince Edward Islands,
Nova
Scotia, and Newfoundland.
Wait for it to res up again.
And that's where the transatlantic bullet train tunnel.
Up here, so it's top of. The Orkney Island. Yeah. Bergen. Norway. That's what hits land.
Say again? You broke
in Norway. It's land in Bergen, Norway. That's where it comes in. Horland. This channel here, they got to have a basin here.
Right.
Somewhere. And if you look at the lines, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be right here. If they follow their usual pattern. it's going to be here.
Yeah, we lost your comms for about 10 seconds. So can you repeat that? Can you say it
Here
again?
comes Hortland and Bergen, Norway, and if they follow their usual plan, usually goes they set up a dam in the middle of the ley line system. So Lilyhammer or Reno Vermont area, somewhere in the mountains there is where you're going to find the dome.
Oh, okay.
And then from the rest of that, it's they've got all kinds of regular tunnels that they've done that go down to Germany and England and everywhere else. Because the closest one coming out of England actually doesn't go to us. It goes, well,
Yeah, you got to interconnect with
doesn't
Norway.
get close to Florida.
Right. And that's why Florida, MacDill Air Force Base is where the dam is there. And then they got another one down in Homestead Air Force Base.
Right here. Well, there's a dumb base there. There's shelf here.
Oh. So you got USO entry bays there as well? It looks like you got USO or, you know,
There's a sea entrance in all the transit tunnels. These are the ones that come from England actually. A GPS lock on them.
Oh, look at that. So it did reach as far as Ukraine. You just gave me a screenshot.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of transit lines and everything. Some are original and some are new.
Right.
This is the new one, the one they did, the smaller one. But these big ones, these aren't just tunnels. These are like cities. Because these are original. They were original with Atlantis, and they're still intact after it sunk.
That's pretty wild.
Is that?
And those run out to the original power bases. And
Are you talking about the cities? Is that what I'm looking at, like roads under the water right there?
you say cities, which they recovered.
Yeah,
those are actually running like city blocks wide with buildings and everything on the side with transits down the middle. I mean, those are original. They're still intact. They still use them. And they've added to them, put the new maglevs in.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And they run
Mach 2, right?
over to, those are the ones that run over to underground bases.
Yeah, you're fading in and out.
Offshore?
You're fading in and out.
Okay. That's the Andromedans camp. The Palladian one is over here that I've got the underground iris footage from. And so, I mean, a lot of these are intact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that three-sided pyramid the one that collapsed? One side of it collapsed? Or is it an actual three-sided pyramid?
The Biscayne is a big base under here. Yeah, no, I gotta make more coffee. I gotta make my second cup of coffee.
Did you want to end this here? Because it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we can do
We got everything out. We were just looking at some other stuff.
Yeah.
We just wanted to
And
cover that. I saw what I got to see. The Kiev Ukraine tunnel was breached. That's why they had the sounds. They call it trumpeting.
Right. I heard that myself.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got molten lava coming through some of the. That's why they're building new ones.
Yeah.
Is because the molten lava from all the way from Yellowstone, went on up into Canada, past Bellingham, Washington, and as far south as into Kiev, Ukraine, and then down into McDill
You
Air
can look
Force
where stuff
Base,
is.
Tampa Bay, Florida.
You can see where stuff is buried under the ocean. Okay, you
Yeah.
can see where stuff is buried under there.
Yeah, and you got
You
nature.
don't have.
Yeah.
That's not
Na-
bad.
nature never moves in a straight. Nature never moves in a straight line.
What do you mean? Come on.
Nature never happens in a straight line.
I know I'm joking.
Yeah, but nature does not make things in a straight line. It never does. It's all Fibonacci based. And these are angles.
Yeah.
Those are underwater entryways. What do you call them? Landing bays? Here's
the, right here is where the poor pilot that was left in that shuttle they blew up. The whole control cabin is right there under the ocean.
Is it going to clear up or?
It might not. I mean, I'm doing too much live
which shuttle
focus
was
stuff
that?
here. Okay.
Which shuttle did that cockpit?
They claimed had
eject?
the teacher and all that, but it didn't. There was only one person in it.
Yeah. So now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah, because these are live, and when if I start doing too much, it's not going to load. Which
Right,
is
yeah.
what I'm doing.
So these are all live feeds.
Yeah.
And so
I
you
gotta
are
kill
seeing
some of
it.
them.
You're seeing classified.
That's why
information.
That's why this is jump the screen too much.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing classified USGS and Department of Interior
You see what this?
information from live feed satellites.
I'm sure I'll have the pinheads though. Oh, this doesn't look right. This don't look right. What? Give me a break.
Not my system. This new
Hey.
system here, I got to figure out all the ins and outs of it because this is new.
Yeah.
I gotta download the documentation, read how to figure out it.
And so you were using you were using Landsat and two other.
Where's
live
that
feeds?
Look Viewer and the USGS Global Visualization?
Glovis, yeah,
Glovis.
yeah. And so you're getting real time.
And the Glovis is looking for hotspots. That's what that satellite does.
Right.
Where lava's fixing to pop up through the ground.
So to recap.
And when you load that, that's what, it brings up, this is the critical.
Right. So basically, to recap.
Yeah, dude. So the average viewer of this video knows what they're.
This is what the USGS doesn't publicly, but in private,
Right. This is top.
feels is like major important.
Right.
To the point where they called in FEMA, and FEMA's made up a whole game plan to deal with when this comes out.
Right.
When it does a breakthrough.
Would you call this an in-game scenario?
No, but it's going to screw up an awful lot of people day. I mean, when you take into consideration people who are out at near Yellowstone, they figure eventually it's going to come. These folks
Don't know. They haven't a clue.
Haven't got a clue, because nobody would expect it to be coming out here.
Yeah.
And FEMA's not going to tell them.
They're staging people on either side of it and getting ready to bring in resources to when it does go down, but they think it's sure enough thing that they're pre-staging supplies and personnel.
Right. When
point.
they're not too busy running drugs.
But we are in Project Ascension is bringing this out so other people can get it out too and share it wherever, tell their family and friends and get out of there.
Yeah. I mean, they've
If you're near
done enough to do several scans, to monitor it.
Yeah.
You need to get away
It
from
gets
the
progressively worse.
Yeah, you need to get away from the Mississippi River, either head east or head west, but you need to get out of the wind, the prevailing.
I mean, that's hot.
Yeah. You need to get off the soil and you need to get out of there. And, just consider it. Don't avoid panic. Just consider it an unscheduled, uncomfortable camping trip.
Yeah.
Take the kids.
Back in March they started monitoring back in October of 2015, but it just kept getting worse.
Yeah,
As of March, it went, critical.
right.
They need to do something about
And
this. It
so
started
April 13th is when they got together.
January, February.
April 13th is when it started outgassing and spreading ash all around.
March.
And they just met today on 4/19.
I mean, as of March is when it started getting,
right,
you
critical. And now they're just having a meeting on April 19th, 2016, and you're seeing, right now you're seeing past feeds, but the previous feeds that you've seen for the last 2 hours are live feeds from 3 different satellites. So here it is.
and that's outgassing.
All your tax money went to pay for these satellites, and now you're seeing real time.
Yeah, once we get
Except for what they've redacted.
into 2016, stuff's getting bad.
Yeah.
So, folks in Cedar Rapids, you need to boogie.
March, April.
Keep calm. Keep your head.
Yeah.
And
Now that it's April, the whole zones are gone. Just
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
You get the
Whatever you
peaks of
do-
where the ridges go, and that's the only place that's not.
Yeah, and when you move, when you're moving in your vehicle and you're egressing the area, stay calm. If you're calm and kids are having fun and playing in the back seat, you will not draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
This is out of nowhere, folks. There was no sign of this when I did a U.S.-wide deep scan down to 750 kilometers 2 years ago. There was nothing here. So this one's out of nowhere. And everybody flat-footed.
Let me end that on that. And we just finished first update on Yellowstone's activity, major activity, and going all the way across the United States with Mi'kmaq Elder, former Sergeant Pattie L. Brassard, U.S. Army, and Sergeant Daniel Brad MacBolen, United States Air Force. And I'm Andrew Mallet with Project Ascension, and we'll be back again with another update. Take care.